I'll be inspecting this 1940 Chelsea Mark I deck clock today. It has a Model 17K 8-day 11-joule movement in it. The radium dial and hands were removed by the owner prior to shipping this clock. It's a nickel-plated case. This hole here is for the case hinge for the back of the clock. These Mark I clocks have some features not found on other Chelseas. Open the dust cover. This is the balance stop, used to stop the balance wheel so that the seconds hand can be synchronized with the ship's chronometer. This is where the clock is regulated from. And here to wind the movement. This is where the time of day is set. The serial number to the movement. The back door cover has a rubber seal that seals on the case here. Protects the movement from dust and moisture. This hole is where the door pin fits up to. Nickel plating is missing here. It looks like this case is bronze instead of brass. The crystals on these were all domed instead of the standard flat glass. The back cover is held in with 4 screws. Some of these screw slots have been slipped on in the past. An animal hair. Someone has a cat or a dog. Put some power to the main wheel. Remove the movement. 3 clips holding the movement to the front dial support. Hour wheel. Some excess oil or grease on the mainspring barrel. Feels like grease. Oil has pooled here next to the gear teeth. Quick inspect to check its condition using this piece of paper. It's about a 50-50 mix of liquid oil and dried oil. The dried oil is sticky. The balance stop is in a lock position. Problem is, there is no lock position for this knob. It's spring-loaded. It's made not to lock. Must be stuck from dried oils or grease. Release the knob to free the balance wheel. Well, it runs, quite sluggish and poor motion. There's a lot of dust, hair, and gunk here next to the mainspring arbor. Hair particles around the platform escapement. Inspect the lubrication on the front pivots. This pivot is completely dried. Fourth pivot is, wow, look at that. It's so dry it formed a dry shell around the pivot, almost like cracking into an eggshell. Seconds hand pivot lubrication is dried up as well. This pinion is full of oil. Should be no oil on any pinions or gear teeth. Another hair. Excess oil here has made a mess on the gear teeth. Well, I will say it runs. It should be cleaned and oiled before it's run, or it'll end up scoring pivots. Won't know if it needs a mainspring until it's cleaned and oiled and it's timed. some of the gunk pulled from this movement. And believe me, there is more where this came from. I'll get these results to the client and see how they want to move forward on this 1940 Chelsea Mark I deck clock.